So mine is just, have you heard of the, what is it, KFDOA methodology?
Just freaking do it?
Yeah, so, you know,
that's the PG version.
yeah, that's our experience. You know, you can learn a lot from kind of standing back and kind of analysing this and theory and whatever, but you learn a whole lot more if you just kind of try and realise it's not as scary and anarchic as you know, might have been led to believe.
Two very quick ones. You can deploy point solutions of these technologies for any small project very easily under the radar. I would recommend going big and going audacious, looking for really big, challenging problems that you have, and orienting, organizing, selling around those, as opposed to these tiny little implementations that I think iteratively just don't get you there very quickly, to be big and audacious. And secondly, I think Ned brought up the issue of champions. We have several executives. Our chief learning officer is a great example, who knew he didn't get it, but knew it was important, and he tapped a couple of Gen Y folks in his group to be the reverse mentors, to mentor him about this space, to drive change in the space. And that's a great model. So we're looking to replicate that in lots of other groups as well.
I just spent my 20 minutes talking about all the advice I wanted to give people. I do think it comes down to specific, if you can, find the right person, find the right project, do something, and then you use that as a, something to champion the other people. Once people see the best minds of your company are using it, they're a lot more likely to at least get interested and maybe start doing it. So you need, eventually everything comes down to specific people. And if you can get your best and brightest, you probably get everybody else.
The hardest thing to do is to give up control. Give up control and your employees will do you right. That's a lesson we've learned time and time again in this space. And that's really important. And I gotta add a second, which is fight for all your life against lockdown, closed spaces. Try to create a space.
This is a CIA analyst. We need to be deeply afraid or deeply optimistic. I choose optimistic.
For 2 years, we have fought against that. From the very day that Intellipedia went online, every other call was, how do I lock the page? How do I create a private space? How do I own a page? And I think it's because we fought against that we've had some success.
And we actually counter that point when people say, we love what you've done with Intellipedia. I need this for my team of 10 people.
We often say, you realize if you create that for 10 people, you're actually increasing the workload for those 10 people because you're not getting the serendipity of reaching out to other people, the network effects, what these tools are already designed for. But my point would be, again, that as I mentioned yesterday, Phil Boyd keeps poking his head out, but social me first, start with yourself.
And start using the tools and just encourage other people in your organization. This is where I am. This is where I'm going to work, and I'm going to move my process out there. And gradually, people will start seeing the light and moving their processes when they start hearing the success stories. And they're very small success stories, but they're very powerful in the end.
The best piece of advice I got as a young faculty member at HBS was from the dean of the school at the time, was a guy named Kim Clark, who was just a fantastic leader of the organization in every sense. And the advice he gave us in our initial faculty training session, it's a scary place to come in and try to teach for the first time. And the advice that he gave us was trust your students. And every time I've tried hard to follow that advice, and it's very hard to do, every time I do it, I'm delighted with the results, and I haven't been bitten by it at all. So I think that translates exactly and lines up with what all of us are saying. So let's throw it open. Do we have microphones?